Le chemin du roi. The king's path has already been chosen. Drink responsibly.
So we live at House of Fresh with Mrs. LALAA Shepard. This is Chop Talk with HARIE episode 14. How you doing, young lady?
I'm doing great.
It's
Thank
good
you for
to see
having
you.
me. Of
Thank
course.
you, thank you, thank
great
you.
to see you as always.
You know, people don't really know. I've known you for quite some time.
You have.
I have seen your growth.
Yeah, for real.
Lord have mercy, you're doing a great job.
I appreciate that, for real.
So for people that don't know where you're from, where are you originally from?
So I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Damn.
I've been down in Atlanta to be 11 years in August.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So from my memory, I know I met you doing while I was managing the strip club.
Yep.
Kamal's 21. So
Yes,
that I
sir.
started there back in 2009. When did you start your journey of like working with producers and DJs?
Immediately. I came down here in 2013,
Okay.
August. Immediately.
Wow.
So I probably would say we probably met maybe 2 months within me probably being down here, but I remember those days.
Wow.
You was always good people to me too.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Always.
That's a part of the business that people don't really think that is necessary in that
Man.
type of business.
So true.
You know, everybody trying to be cutthroat.
Right.
You know, Devil's
true.
Playground type action.
Yep.
We talked briefly, so they done gave you a whole damn
Oh,
day in the
man.
A.
Right? It was so unexpected. I had no clue.
It's a gift from the creator
Man,
for putting in the hard work.
beautiful. It was so beautiful. My homegirl, Jaleesa, Media Girls Network,
Okay.
it's because of her. And
That's
she set that
strong.
up, and it was such a beautiful surprise. I'm like, girl, I had no clue.
But it's based off of your energy, and you're one person that understands you're only good as the people around you.
Absolutely.
And see, when people understand that, that's when we continue to progress,
Yeah,
you know? And kudos to you for sure.
appreciate that.
So you've done A&R work.
Mm-hmm.
You work with producers,
Yep.
independent artists, label artists,
Yeah, that part.
everybody. So how long would you say, in your journey, how long would you say that it took you from where you started to now? Like, what kind of relationships did you have to build, and how do you nourish those relationships?
Okay. I mean, to me, it's an ongoing thing. It's
Correct. Don't stop.
Never done. I'm never done meeting people and trying to elevate everything.
Correct.
So it never stops. But from day one, you know, just kind of just observing. Like,
Correct.
you know, it's one thing to know who these artists are and the people that everybody know, but I'm like, nah, I need to know these people behind the scenes because, you know, I need to know the girl at the door, the bartender, the managers, the publicists, because these are the same people I'm seeing in these same rooms, whether or not these big name people are there or not.
Correct.
So just from day one, I was just really observing that part. And just working directly with these people, I'm like, it's the people behind the scenes I need to know.
Exactly. And with
Yep.
you saying that, it kind of reminds me of a conversation I had with my man Squeak, the manager's drum.
Oh, yeah.
And would you say that with all the people that you've met, did you always hold an ace card? Did you just call people just to call them? Or you calling them when you got something tangible in regards to an artist? Because I know some people can burn out their cards,
That part.
you know?
That part. Well,
And then it's it's diluted now.
right. No, you absolutely
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It's a fine line. I mean,
for sure.
you know, I'm the type, I'm going to text you and just be like, I'm thinking about you. Just because a lot of times people
See?
just be on my mind, and I just feel like, shoot, you on my mind is for a reason. Let me just reach out, say hello.
Correct.
Or if we follow each other on social media, I'm going to show love to your post. That's a form of me checking in my opinion.
Correct.
And just nurturing those relationships, pulling up when they send me or people send me events, or I see they got something going on or some merch or anything I can do to support, I'm going to show face and do so. And really, it took me years to utilize favors. You know, I never really,
See,
it
you
feel
answered
weird
my
even
question.
doing it.
I know, right? But when you see, the beautiful thing about that is not when you don't use favors.
Right.
When it comes time,
Yeah.
it's like, hell yeah, la, go ahead.
Nah, for sure. And that's,
You know?
and that's love.
Man,
Absolutely.
you gotta love it.
Yep.
What would you say with, you got what, TPR Media, right? Media Group?
Yep.
Progress
TPR Media
report.
Group. Yep.
And with all of the work that you put in with your team, how did don't you have a partnership or with Revolt TV? Aren't y'all doing some things like cross marketing partnerships?
So the media company is the Progress Support Media Group, or TPR Media Group for short. So that's really the main hub of everything.
Everything falls under it.
Yeah.
Got you.
The Progress Support is just, in interviews was just something I've always done.
Correct.
And it goes under that microscope. And so Revolt, we have a podcast deal with them.
Dope.
So they, distribute, help with promoting and marketing.
Wow.
Which has been it's been cool. It's been a big, a lot of learning curves, and I'm super thankful for them people though.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that 100%. Let me ask you this question. Out of all of the up and coming artists now, right?
Yeah.
Independent artists or label artists, whoever got a deal, independent, how it go.
Yeah.
What would you say? What's your? I know you got several. You can name a couple, however many you want to. But who do you feel is gonna have some longevity? It's on the way up.
Longevity, I love that word.
Yeah. Some may be one-hit wonders.
Right.
I fuck with them too, because they still can get to the chart.
Damn right.
They might get a one-hit wonder, hit the bag, and then they might do something else.
Absolutely.
Open up a business, say I'm cool.
Yep.
But who do you think is gonna have some longevity?
All artists, not just Atlanta artists, or?
Yeah, you ain't got to keep it Atlanta.
Okay.
You can move around. I know you know them.
It's a lot.
Correct.
I'm trying to make sure I show love to the homies first, of course.
That's fine. Y'all better not get Lala no problems.
I know it, right? I mean, okay. Well, I think when Hood Rich Pablo Juan come out, I think he's gonna do some great stuff because his fan base have been so supportive throughout his entire bid. A lot of interviews that we do, we bring him into into conversation because he gave us one of our first interviews. So we try to keep his name alive.
Correct.
So I believe he definitely is destined for longevity when he get out.
Very strong.
Street Money Bucci. I feel like he got a very select, assertive sound, and he's carrying a Street Money torch. R.I.P. to Bankroll Fresh. So I feel like
I'm telling you,
they got it in terms of just that sound. They created their own vibe, wave, and they got, producers like D. Rich, JL that's going to help keep that sound for the long run. I love what Memphis artists are doing, and I mean, they so dope. It's so many of them to even name, but they doing their thing.
Definitely.
They are.
Definitely.
It's a lot, man. Did I didn't say Scotty ATL yet, or did I?
No, you did.
I didn't. Okay,
No.
Scotty ATL too.
Shout out Scotty ATL.
He, just longevity. If we talk about that word, he's innovative in sense of not just focusing on music.
I agree.
But when he does do the music, he does the music.
Definitely. He got a couple of singles he dropped that's really about my speed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Scotty nice.
Yeah, he's real nice with
it.
What do you feel the way that the game used to be, right? It used to be more, less streaming.
Yeah.
So, of course, if you're paying attention, it really shouldn't change. But how do you feel about how the game used to be? Of course, there's still radio rotation, right? But it was a different way that you could track, your back-end bread, your publishing bread.
True.
And now you have streaming galore.
Right.
You got the farmhouses. You can manufacture them streams. It's all different type of way to do it. What advice would you give to an artist to stay relevant in a very saturated industry?
Yeah.
And how important is it to have your back end business completed? Because you got a lot of artists that's dope. And they just end up jumping out there in the back end. They ain't did no BMI, no sound exchange or nothing. What advice can you give them? Because I know you savvy with it. You know how to, make sure that any artist you're dealing with is handling their back end business. What advice would you give them?
In this game, you got to always be a student of it.
Correct.
You got to always learn. I'm always trying to learn. And I feel like with artists, they got to keep learning, even when they do get to that next level. Like, don't trust the labels they gonna say they gonna do this and that. Just
Correct.
make sure you at least know how to do it and you're aware. Content is king, so that's how you stay relevant, in my opinion. Do these
Correct.
interviews, do these mic performances. Content is king, and have a plan. Like, do a yearly plan if you can for your content, your rollout. Just making it less
Great
stressful.
advice.
Because
Exactly.
it can be stressful when you just going day to day winging it. It's stressful as hell.
You burning the midnight oil.
It's a lot. You got to wear a lot of caps. But
Correct.
just self-education, studying, creating a content, and knowing your business. I say that.
Excellent. They need to hear that.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch gears. I like to
Okay.
kind of break the ice. So
All right.
with Chop Talk, I always like when I go into, topics of spirituality, business, finance, relationships, it's
Yes.
some stuff I might add a little wrinkle in here because I need a woman's opinion. You the first
Okay.
woman guest
Oh,
on the
dope.
show.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
So I always start with spirituality. So it's not a religion type conversation.
Yeah, of course. I got you.
So for LALAA, what does LALAA do on a daily basis in regards to your spiritual regimen? Do you wake up? Do you do yoga? Do you meditate? Do you read some scriptures? Do you read positive notes that you've taken in a journal? Like, what's your day-to-day regimen? Do you drink lemon water and eat strawberries in the morning and listen to classical music before 12?
Say
What do
that.
you do?
Now-
What does LALAA do?
I definitely love my lemon cucumber water. That's
I
my
know, that
stuff. I
sounds
drink
tasty.
that throughout the day.
I got you.
But to be real with you, I'm always just telling God how thankful I am, good and bad. It's like whenever something bad happened, I'm disappointed that this happened, but thank you for the learning lesson in it. So really, that's what I do. I wish I could say that I wake up with a morning routine, because every day is different. When I try to be intentional about doing that, then I get a call. Certain people, like my mom or somebody, call me at a certain time. I'm answering because I'm like, "What's up?
What's going on?"
Or just if it's a business call, I'm going to break the rules that I try to set for myself. So I wish I was more intentional about that, but I do journal. I write a lot, and then I can kind of go back and look at it a week or a month later and just
Correct.
kind of reply to it like, okay, well, this is where I'm at with it now. But
Correct.
all throughout the day, I'm definitely, having that relationship and conversation with God. And
Correct.
Sundays, I definitely make sure I get the word in as
know
much as
that's
possible.
right.
And I got a couple of friends and aunts. They text me their words and vice versa. So we got a nice little system
That's a
going
regimen.
on.
Long as there's some type
Yeah.
of, there's no right answer
Right,
to
for
this.
sure, for
it's
sure.
It's always the attempt to get better
Yep,
at it.
absolutely.
So whatever you said, lemon cucumber water, I need to
Hey,
add that to the
It's
regimen.
good.
Refreshing.
It's very refreshing, for sure.
So with that being said, spirituality still. What do you feel? Where do you feel there's room for improvement in terms of your spiritual journey? What can you do to improve?
Yeah, I think really just going to what I was saying about every day. I'm such a workaholic, and I'm just always trying to get to it where it's like, all right, carve out that time to whatever it look like, and really, really be intentional and mindful in the moment. And that's
Correct.
for me. That's what I know I want and need to work on.
Me too.
You know?
Me too.
But
Because
other
I
than-
might have a 6 month, 7 month span where I'm on it.
Yep.
And then that business start to creep in,
It
or I get
does.
another call and I
Yep.
get tingly,
Yep.
and then I kind of I shouldn't do that, but
But
it's
it
just happens. If
It
we were
does.
perfect, we wouldn't be having these conversations. You
That's
feel
true.
me?
Yep.
Um,
That's true.
I don't want to ask you this question about spirituality because it's almost redundant, but I normally ask people not only areas where you can improve, but what's the importance, not only for you to have a relationship with God on your spiritual journey, but what about the people around you? We don't have to force
sure.
anybody,
Right.
but I know for me, I had to cut a lot of folks off because, not because of the spiritual journey, it could have been business, it could have been anything else. So what is the importance of trying to surround yourself with spiritual people?
I mean, it's everything, because it's like it's one of those things when you
Exactly.
know what God do and has done, and you know, you just feel lighter and better. Like it's a certain peace and calmness that it brings.
Correct.
And it's just as simple as that, really.
It is.
You know, and I just know he real. So, you know,
that's the
it's
key
everything
ingredient.
to me.
That's the key ingredient.
Yep.
That's more than half of the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people tell me, well, you got to believe in yourself, but first you got to have faith and believe
Absolutely.
in God. You know, and there is a divine order to
It
things.
is.
That don't mean that Harry Robinson gonna do the divine order properly every day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting here drinking Kettle One with a splash of Red Bull. No,
Me too, as I take a sip, like, right? But facts, you know, nobody's
At least we
perfect.
giving positive. At least we building up culture with positive information. You know, things that people need. You know, our children, young men, people my age, older, younger.
Absolutely.
You know, tap in with it.
Facts.
So we gonna shift.
Okay.
Relationships.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna start with family.
Yes.
So, how do you maintain a healthy relationship with family members? I know it's not that hard for me, but how does LALAA? Because you got, you know, moms, auntie, cousins, you got a lot of different people that, you know, how you doing, LALAA? You all right? Then you might have some family be like, what happened?
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes the family relationships can get unbalanced.
Absolutely.
How do you keep your family relationships as healthy as you can?
For sure. Well, I mean, family has always been everything to me because directly and indirectly, everybody in my life motivates me.
Correct.
So just being around them is important. Being down here for 10 years, I've been away from certain things, but that was a sacrifice I was willing to take. But Christmas is my favorite holiday. That's a non-negotiable. I'm always home for Christmas.
Definitely.
Non-negotiable. So those things, you know, I come home at least for 2 weeks or so, you know, make sure I put them on the calendar, you know, in the best way I can. Like, I'm going to go see my grandma's this day. You know, I'm going to be with my mom this day, my sister. So I make sure it's priority just because it is very important to... They nurture me, so I got to nurture back into them and check in, call, group text, all that good stuff.
Consistent communication. Yeah.
So
sometimes you got to over-communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Without a doubt. It was a topic that came up. I can't remember. I think it was one of your guests was talking about it. No. Lil Donna was talking about legitimization, but I want to talk about something that, you know, I've been married before, right?
Okay.
So I want to get your input on this.
Got you.
In terms of marriage, I'm at a point in life where I don't feel that in order for me to be happily married that I got to go through, have a marriage certificate.
Right. I feel that for the 100%.
Going through all of the, you know, the government. So when you get divorced, you got to go through this and do all of that, you know. I feel like if it, you know, we're children of God, right? And I may be missing some of the scriptures, you know, of how it's really supposed to go, but that's just what it is. I just don't feel like it's necessary.
I feel you.
You know? If I'm trying to get married with this young lady, like, why does it have to be like Little House on the Prairie and 30K later and then it don't work out? You know, what's your take on that? Like, do you feel that the government should be involved in any type of marriage?
Man.
I think it's natural.
Yeah. I feel you.
But give me your real opinion, though.
I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
I think it's about... To me now, I've never been married, and I really don't come from a family that really has had like successful marriages or just married at all. Now, like my friends now, a lot of my friends are married. I think it's beautiful when you find your person.
Correct.
Nothing like it, but I think the paperwork can be important. Depending on what y'all trying to do, tax-wise, business-wise, to me, it's business.
Exactly.
That's it. And it's just, I just feel like if y'all in it for, I mean, it could be both. But for business purposes, I get it.
I get it, too.
But for personal, like, I feel like, you know, again, if I am to take that step, I do feel like going into it was mine. What I came in with is mine.
Oh, yeah. We can still do that without the government being involved. We can draft up contracts with the attorney, you know, your prenup action. You know. Make sure it's structured.
I think that's why some people like to do it. It's just like a safety net.
I'd rather do it myself,
and
though.
I feel you. I'm with you.
You know, with my significant other or whoever I decide to.
Right.
Why
not?
Girl? We're going to put this on paper, black and white. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Then we're going to just ride out into the sunset.
Right. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not.
You gave me some great input. See?
That women's touch.
I'm trying to tell you, it's very necessary in life. It's a part of life. Women create life.
Yeah.
So friendships, it's kind of the same, but it's
different though too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, because friends come and go.
They do.
So what would you say has been your best way? I know communication is going to be one, but how have you been able to maintain healthy friendships?
Yes.
Because they come and go.
They do.
You know, but then you got a couple that's a ride or die.
For sure.
How do you maintain those healthy relationships? I know it's communication for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like with me, I got some people I've been knowing since kindergarten. I got people that I, met within the last 5 years, and we super close. And for me, what a true friend look like is just not judging me, but at the same time, gonna keep it real with you.
Correct.
So, when I find them people, I'm showing up for them, and that's the best way that I can be a great friend. Like,
correct.
I'm listening to them, asking how they doing. If it's something that I know they like, I'm gonna, just randomly get it, just whatever. And then if they got something that's important to them, I'm gonna make it important to me.
Correct.
And that's how I've been able to maintain my friendships.
I hear you on that.
Yep.
And I think one thing that I had to learn how to do is because sometimes for me, it's hard to separate different energy. Like I might have something in personal business going on that don't have nothing to do with my nephew or significant other at that time, and sometimes it carries over.
Absolutely.
So I think for me, it's been me just, having that time with God, maybe talking with my moms.
Yeah.
So I'm not just getting on the phone with something happened over here and now I'm cussing this person out based off of
that too.
They ain't had nothing to do with it.
So true. And I had to check myself with that when it came to family. Like, I love my mom to death. My mom calls me at the same time down there every day.
Correct.
But on my end, that's when I'm in the thick of work.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I got to check my attitude. No matter what I'm going through, whether it's a good or bad time,
Tough,
appreciate that your mom is calling you. Because there's people that wish their mom was calling. You know what I'm saying?
Still
so
alive.
I got to check myself. But that's I definitely had to do that. Because for a minute, my mom was like, damn, like, you all right? I'm like, I'm good. I'm just working. But at the same time, it's you gotta check yourself.
Self-check.
Self-check.
It's very accountability.
Accountability,
it's
for
very,
sure.
It's very necessary.
It is, yep.
And we spoke briefly. You spoke briefly on parenting. I just like to talk. This is my first time I've talked about parenting because I'm looking at the different. You said something earlier like successful marriages, and I come from where my mother and father divorced when I was 2 years old. Do you feel like parenting based off of just our culture over time? Okay, my parents divorced when I was 2. So now we come here 10 years later.
Yeah.
We don't have as many marriages. We go another 20.
Right.
And it still ain't where it should be.
Yeah.
Because it really takes a village to raise children.
Absolutely.
What's your thought process on that? Because now it's a totally different time.
It's a totally different time.
So, dang, about 8 iPhones,
Man, it's different. The kids know the phones better than us. It's crazy.
What do you feel that parenting was better back in the day, even though parents separated versus now, where it's an individuality world? What do you think?
That's so tough.
It is.
Because I feel like, now everybody's household is so different.
Correct.
What's acceptable in one might not be in the other.
Correct.
And it's definitely something I even ask myself, like, when I have kids, how am I going to present it myself as a parent? I had a great childhood. Even when stuff was bad, I had no clue.
Me either.
And you gotta respect that. And it's like, looking back, dang, like, my mom gonna be mad at this, but just being real, like, it was always a whole bunch of toys and clothes that I really liked, but then out of nowhere I couldn't find them, and then come to find out she would have to sell them to make money, and I'm like, man, Where the hell my keyboard at, Mom? Like,
Mom on the swivel.
but at
She
the
got things to
time,
handle.
I didn't understand. But
So
she,
LALAA
you
can
know,
eat.
and I get it now, and it's like I wouldn't trade that for the world though, because
Talk about sacrifice.
sacrifice, like
Yeah.
that's why for me it's no excuse. She had me when she was young. It was just no excuse for me to do what I needed to do, whether that was successful or not. But I wouldn't trade that. And but now I couldn't imagine being a kid, because in my era, you know, I'm 33, so we
Gotcha.
had social media and we was outside. It was like the
Yeah.
perfect balance, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Everybody's
definitely.
generation different, but
Yeah,
now
definitely.
all they got is technology. Now, you do
Yeah.
got some families that don't let their kids get on social media, but my problem with that, they gonna be behind.
And then it might be a culture shock.
Yeah.
When it hit them in the mouth.
So they low-key gotta be
Yeah.
on it. I don't know.
It's
I
a
mean,
tough one.
honestly, I just feel like maybe back then, just because social media wasn't around, and that's the only reason why I'm gonna say that. That's the only reason
that's
why.
the only
That's it.
that's a major difference though.
But it's huge.
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
imagine being a teenage girl going through puberty on social media.
Lord have mercy.
Praying for them kids for real though, because I know the mental health thing is real.
Oh
But
man.
I couldn't imagine.
My goodness,
I
you
couldn't.
touched on something, mental health, and that's something that I
couldn't
feel
imagine.
like we need to bring to the forefront.
We do.
Is
Yeah.
and even before mental health, and I'm not giving one the first place or the second place, but spiritual health. Because when you think about a human being when they born, it's the spirit is what creates them. Comes from
Yeah.
a woman. You're created through spirit, so spirit is part of the mind, body, soul. It's how it's developed. It's through
Absolutely.
spirit. So I feel like in order for mental health to get better,
Yeah.
we got to work on the spiritual. But we
That's real.
might have to take religion out of it, because I mean, I don't want to get nobody frustrated, but it is what it is.
I feel you.
mean, like, we're not touching bases on it, and I feel like it doesn't have to always be. For us to receive the spirit and the word, it doesn't have to be monetary.
No,
You
that
know what
whole
I'm saying?
conversation is a whole thing. I get
Yeah,
it.
I ain't gonna go back.
I
too
get it
far.
though. I do.
Yeah, that's
I
just
do
my
get it.
thought process on it.
I feel
You know,
that.
I ain't taking up from all of the
Of
pastors
course,
in the
of course,
world.
of course.
Because there's some of them that really drop a strong word, and I'm like,
Right?
all right, no. All right, you hitting the spot for Harrie today.
But don't forget to give me that donation.
Come
But
on.
I get it.
Come
I
on with
get it.
that chop,
I do.
man.
I swear I get it. I
You
do.
crazy.
I know.
But
But
that's real, though.
But I get it though. It's
Yeah.
everything essentially is a business, and I do understand. I swear I get it. I do. But if I get a good word, I don't mind tithing
either.
and offering. You know,
Correct.
give me a good word,
Please?
please.
Man.
Fill me up for the week.
We done touch bases on it now, and I know you're going to have good input on this. Social media relations. Oh, boy. It done created a whole, like, culture, the social media platform. So do you feel, and I ain't, this go for men and women, do you feel like based off of how social media platforms are set up now that men and women are like just like attention greedy? Like, are they really trying to use it to improve their streams as an artist, or to improve their platforms and to market product properly, to maybe put some comedy out there, make people laugh, and spirituality? Do you feel like it's an unbalance of the attention seekers that's tingly versus the people that's actually, and I can't say the young lady, it's 1 million, 2 million of them out there, just
of
wide
course.
open, right?
Yeah.
But what's your take on it? Do you think it's more of that versus let's get to this business? You feel me?
Ooh.
Ooh, wee.
It's a tough question, because it's like, I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
You know, social media definitely has changed from 10 years ago.
Definitely.
Like, it used to be a thing where people would be like, damn, like, you post too much. But now it's like, you can't post enough, you know? And then it's like, depending on who you are as a person,
Correct.
whatever your values are,
Definitely.
you know? But it's
Yeah.
like, you got to put out content. So I'm really conflicted with that one. I feel like, because you got to sell yourself.
Yeah. It's a way
Essentially-
you can sell
I mean,
yourself.
but it's no, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always do what's tasteful to me.
Of course.
But I don't judge people that do the most on social media and stuff, because
Me either.
I get it.
I
It's a
just
business.
need some input, you know.
It's a business.
Yeah, I get
can't,
it.
Like the Krishan thing, all that stuff. Like, it's a business, but then it's like it's always two sides of shit.
Of course.
Then you got kids and grown women looking up to this girl, and thinking that that's the thing to do, and like maybe they ain't had no mom, so that's why I see both sides of everything.
Because you made a great point. Because it still goes back to what we just talked about is parenting.
It's a lot.
So it's some things that happen that really, depending on the environment that the child is in, that can be controlled by the parent, long as they on top of it.
If they are.
But if they letting the iPad and the iPhone raise them, then what the hell you think gonna happen?
Exactly. And that's why it's tough.
I get it.
It's tough.
I know the strip club game done took a hit with OnlyFans.
Man.
Ooh, Lord.
Yeah.
Ain't even got to walk in the club, just $9.95, man, live. Ain't even got to leave the crib. Amazing.
Right. That's funny. It's just different now, man.
And I'm not knocking that either.
Of course, heck, you know.
Do your thing, girl.
I respect it.
Or
if you bold enough, right.
Couples, they doing it too.
If you bold enough to do it, then get your money.
Chop is required.
Okay.
Man. Okay. Do you feel that just what we talked about, does it change how people interact? Of course it does, but what's your take on it? Because, you're going to have some people that's in relationships and, they get to following each other. This shit be crazy to me.
That shit do be crazy.
Well, Harry, why you follow? You like this, Harry? I'm like, God almighty, I'm goddamn balling your ass up. What the hell are you worried about?
Say that.
I'm liking.
Okay, balling up.
Shit.
Period.
That's too much.
No, I like that.
But,
look, we got basketballs right. I love that. That's hard. That's hard.
I'm just saying, I'm being a little animated.
Yeah, but that's real.
But, if I'm committed to somebody,
yes,
then social media. Well, I guess you could think I'm getting tingly at the eyes.
That's tough. I mean, to
it's
be
changing
real with
how
you,
we interact.
It definitely does. To be real, it's fucked up because when you first meet somebody new, I'm asking for your Instagram. I just need to see who we got mutual friends with. I need to see what type of stuff you do and post because I need to see your character.
Correct.
Without you knowing that I'm really looking, but I'm looking at everything. But
correct.
I really, honestly, when you get into the thick of things, I don't want to follow you no more. I don't want to see shit you post. I don't want to see nothing. Just because I feel like you could take things the wrong way. You could be having a rough time in your relationship and something might look like something. I don't know. But I do feel like with the people, whoever you're dealing with, man, y'all got to be on the same page.
Oh, boy.
However that look.
I'm going to switch gears, and that's excellent feedback because I can do social media. We can do social media relations for a whole podcast.
Social media trip.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's tricky. It's boomerang effects and curveballs all day.
Yep.
But business. Let's switch to business.
Okay.
What do you feel is the most important ingredient? Because y'all have TPR Media Group. So what was the most important ingredient to establishing that? It's gonna take some chop. It might be opium. It might be other people's money. It might be relationships that you've already curated.
Yeah.
How did you? What's the best ingredient that LALAA and her counterparts put together to build TPR Media Group?
I mean, I would say relationships for one, because when stuff like I had the stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, I know it's still people that understand and they still gonna rock with me. So relationships is key because I wouldn't have been able to do anything without my relationships. Period.
Key ingredient, relationships, people.
Ingredient. But then after that, I think authenticity is very important too because. Just like with my co-hosts or anybody that I work with, they just authentically themselves.
I love it.
Whether it's something that we like about it or we don't like, you got to respect that they're authentically themselves. Like,
correct.
Everybody don't get along all the time.
Yeah, you got to get along to do good business.
Exactly. Yeah. So I would say those two things.
No, that's hard.
Yep.
That's hard. And I always ask people this one. Time versus money. What's more important to LALAA?
Time, every time.
I know that's damn right.
It's so much stuff that I wish I can get more time with, or just wish that I had more time. And man, always time.
Correct, because money is just a tool anyway.
It is. It really is.
It's printed paper. We can get that again. It's gonna come and go.
Yep.
At time we can't get
Can't
back.
get it back.
Yeah, ain't
So
no
it's a
rewind button.
hard truth with that one. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
Man.
I want to use your partnership as an example, because I know that the revolt situation requires some type of negotiation, I'm sure. What would you tell up-and-coming entrepreneurs or people that have a business of how to negotiate a deal? It doesn't always have to be monetary.
For sure.
It could just be product placement. It could be
anything.
Whatever it is. What advice would you give to any up-and-coming entrepreneur or somebody that has an established business or a startup on how to negotiate something similar to that?
Definitely, I'm big on having stuff written out, like just so we can refer to it. I feel like a phone call be cool.
Correct.
Certain stuff is cool, but I know how I am. I have to write down literally everything. The second that I don't, I'm likely to forget it. But I feel like just writing down exactly what it comes with. What exactly are you going to be providing, and what exactly are they going to be providing, and what's the goals, for the merge. So I feel like as long as that's written down, and then putting a timeline on certain things.
Correct.
I think you good money. As long as you got it written down, but you got to have it written down. That's what I would say.
That's very strong.
Yeah.
Because writing in this current age is a lost art form.
It is.
Because everybody's either going to iNote it or type it in an iPad or type it in a MacBook or a PC. And I had to do that with my son when you talked about journaling earlier for your spirituality regimen.
Yep.
My son's handwriting was kind of chicken scratches.
Man, mine's still chicken scratch.
But after I, set up his journal.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. I just need to be able to read it.
Absolutely.
I can, as long as it's neat chicken scratch,
yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, let me help you, write this out. And I'm going to write out, how to communicate with people, because he was having some issues with communication because they always in their phone and playing Xbox and Call of Duty.
It's different nowadays.
But now that I got him on the regimen, his handwriting has gotten better. He's talking with his high school counselors, coaches.
That's what's up.
Still got more work to do.
Right.
You know how that goes. Ongoing forever.
Facts.
Let's move to the finance part of it, financial literacy. I want to jump to this with you because I think you're going to give me a similar answer. But how do you, in my mind, what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Overhead. On a month-to-month basis, hell, a daily basis, weekly basis. Where do you... How do you cut overhead for TPR Media Group? Because there's so many moving parts.
It is.
You got your marketing side, you got staff, you got... How does LALAA and the team reduce overhead?
To me, I'm super organized. I've been writing down everything that I've made and spent for years. So that's just me. And
that's P&L action.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been on that just because it's like whatever I didn't see growing up, I wanted it to be different for me, and I just wanted to try something different. And that's one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I literally know exactly what's coming in. I know what's exactly going out, down to me getting some gum from the store.
Ooh, better than me. God almighty.
But I would just say it's as simple as that. The overhead is definitely a big expense, and it's just part of it. But when you write everything down, then you already know, like, well, I need this for at least these next couple of months, and then we can reevaluate some stuff. If we need to cut off, this is what it would look like.
Correct.
This is how much we can save at this time.
Correct.
If we need to make more money, this is why, and we can cover this cost. So just writing everything down lets me know to the T.
Yeah.
I don't care how small it is. Bring me the receipts.
High level of discipline right there.
Real.
I'm glad nobody has said that before, but that's very key, is to track your expenses, because that will help you reduce it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only way I know.
Where to red mark it out. That's too much. Let's get rid of that.
Yep.
Yeah, so writing it down and keeping either writing it down in a ledger or QuickBooks, whatever you feel is necessary.
Yep.
Long as you get it done and your method is proper.
Yep.
to reduce overhead. So that's a great answer on that.
Yes, sir.
We're going to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I got to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
The DJ and the artist relationship. Well, I tell you.
That was crazy.
So, you've been in the game for quite some time, LALAA, and I have too.
Yep.
Coalition DJs used to, the headquarters used to be at Kamal's 21.
Yeah. That's
It
crazy.
used to be, you know, X Funky, Rock, DJ Don Juan. You know, that's the crew. Nando and X-Rated
Yeah, that's crazy.
as well.
Yep.
You know, but then there would be other crews that could come into, you know, X would be cool with, I can't remember the gentleman's name. It's the core DJs.
It's a few of them guys.
You know, it's a either way.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a lot of them to name. Yeah.
Correct. Cool Runnings, DJs and all that. It's a few more, you know, but either way, it was more of camaraderie.
Definitely.
How do you feel about the artist and DJ relationship now? Do you feel like it's more value in the relationship between artist and DJ? In my opinion, the artist needs the DJ.
Absolutely.
Point blank, period.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
You know, because you can't, it's just like we said earlier, you're only good as the people around you.
Absolutely.
So imagine trying to break your record running around this whole motherfucking world by yourself.
Yeah.
That shit ain't gonna work.
Right. No, for sure.
But what's your take on the artist DJ relationship? How do you feel the artist should handle it?
First, I got to salute to the Progress Support podcast because we
Damn
did
right.
spark a great conversation.
Damn right
and
you did.
I was so happy about that because it was really from a genuine place. We didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but we were telling the truth. Like, it's Atlanta musically right now is just different. You know, RIP to a lot of the artists' talent that passed, you know,
Correct.
Trouble to
Definitely.
to, you know, Bankroll. It's just a lot has been going on.
Correct.
And just things are so different now, and I feel like the money after COVID for whatever happened has just been dwindling in the game. It's a lot of different factors. The bills
Correct.
and inflations is going up.
Definitely.
So what we once knew to be something consistent and reliable just isn't that. So
Yeah.
therefore, you know,
The bread ain't there.
the bread ain't there, just being
Yeah,
real. And
yeah.
it's just like, you know, people got to charge more.
Correct.
But it's always been that. And I've learned just working with DJs, salute to the Coalition DJs and all the other
Correct.
DJs too. But
Exactly.
whenever I would go to the strip club and I had an artist song play, in my mind, I'm giving them 100 regardless, whether it was part of the budget or not, just because I want you to know, like, man, look, play this record, fuck with me, we gonna fuck with you, cool. And I appreciate your time and appreciate you taking a risk playing this record.
Correct.
But I just feel like, you know, it's a money hungry thing right now, and because the economy is fucked up. So it's just, and then it's like the economy bad. Then it's like, you know, artists aren't consistent. They expect so much.
Oh man.
You know, they want to spend money one time and expect lifetime support. Like, this ain't
Man,
life
repeat
insurance.
that
And you
shit,
still
though.
got, you know what I
God
mean?
dang,
Like,
it's like
y'all pay one time and expect lifetime support.
Oof.
But this is the thing. If me personally, it's so many artists that I personally really fuck with and support. I would never ask them for a dime, but the thing is, you know, sometimes stuff costs. Like, you know, I gotta pay people. You know, it's just
Come on with it.
it go both ways.
Exactly.
So I get that perspective. I get why artists feel like, man, y'all can't just be all about money, but it got to make sense.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times too, it just got to make sense, man. Y'all artists got to learn to build with these tastemakers, like support their events.
You know what? I will say this, and this applies to I can't nobody take this the wrong way, but what's missing is, I ain't talking about the NBA, the National Basketball Association. A lot of this shit go left because of the other NBA, Nigga Business Association.
I ain't even get into that, but you're right. That's the worst.
It's the worst because,
right.
think about it.
You're
Whether it's $100 or 10 racks, right?
Man.
You can already have these conversations. We talked about over-communicating.
Yep.
How about we put it on paper?
Right. You're right.
You know, put it on paper. You know, that way it ain't no...
Right.
Even if it's pro bono.
No, for sure.
Let's put this on paper. I'm gonna fuck with you for 6 months.
I agree 100%.
You're good, but then when we get past that 6 months, this is what I expect.
Exactly.
It be the Nigga Business Association, not the NBA.
True.
You know?
Right.
And that helps the entire situation. It don't matter
Right.
whether it's a yard or $100,000.
Damn, you right.
Like, let's put it down on paper.
Right.
You know? So, okay, if the artist got a manager, okay, we'll let the manager and the DJ work it out or however it go. But there's
Right.
got to be more structure to it. I think people can be frustrated because they be doing all this handshaking and, you know,
Well,
they
you
got the
talking in the
chop, they drop
club,
it off, and boom,
talking
now
in the
everybody's
club,
smoking
man.
weed and
Right?
they hit by 8 shots. Oh, yeah, that shit sound live. And then, goddamn, 2 months later,
Yep.
like you said, they
It's
want a
disgruntled.
motherfucker to break the record forever for a small amount of chop.
Can't work like that.
Yeah,
I agree, and I think again, that's the thing. Just not only with entrepreneurship, but if we specifically talk about music business, it's no blueprint, right?
Correct.
But you do got to be organized, and you got to be on your shit. You got to, and this is all stuff that I tell myself. And somebody
Yeah, me too.
told me this, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, hell no, you got to write that down. Like you got to write it down
You got
because
to.
if you don't, it's so many
It
vague
can slip.
expectations on both ends.
You right.
You thinking as the person that's collecting the money to do a service, like, damn, I'm gonna get this the same time next month for these, you know.
Exactly.
Then the person that's spending it is thinking, well, shoot, I just paid them this amount. We good. We locked in for life, like, you know. But it don't work like that.
I think that's where a lot of the frustration comes
Oh,
from.
I agree,
you know?
100%.
But that can go back to, you know, the reason your podcast is doing so well. And I expect for Chop Talk to get this because really we
Absolutely.
providing people with solutions.
Absolutely.
And touching on topics that most people don't want to really talk about or take
Right.
time to talk about.
That's true.
So we got to do more of that because I think that's a great solution.
Yeah.
Having that paperwork in place, whether it's 50 cents or 50,000.
Absolutely. I agree.
So we know
100%.
what the hell going on.
It's right here.
Yeah,
This
man.
date-
You got a copy. You
That's
got a
it.
copy. Your manager got a copy.
Yep.
Your auntie got a copy.
Exactly.
You know,
I
and
agree.
the goon got a copy.
Right?
Whoever the other nigga is over there in the cut,
Facts.
he got a copy.
I agree.
So we all on the same page. But anyway,
100%. Nah, I would love to see that happen for
Me
our
too.
people, and I really hope that people take that advice and really
I'm gonna
do
go ahead
it.
and put out there. LALAA charges $2,500 to do those contracts, so
That's
she can
facts.
put y'all in
Okay.
order.
Well,
So
we gonna
holla
get
at
it right.
LALAA. Yeah, she gonna make sure it's lined up,
We gonna
so
get it
y'all
right,
don't
too.
argue no more. Is everybody on the same page?
Yep.
But all right, closing remarks. So in your life, the ups and downs, trials and tribulations. You don't have to give me an example, but a lot of people don't know how to deal with the lows in life.
Absolutely.
Where you think the chop ain't gonna come back. You really just about to say fuck it and just do something you don't even really want to do.
Man,
you feel me?
right? Mm-hmm.
So, what advice can you give to young ladies and young women and women in general and men that's in an entrepreneurial business or startup, or they already locked in, or it might have some seasoning to it, might have they might have some tenure in the game. Everybody has lows. What advice can you give them to stay the course, to fight through it? How did LALAA handle her lowest point, and how did LALAA, you know, hit it in the mouth and fight through?
It's one of those things for me. I just never wanted to live a regret, and that's,
that's
really why I
right.
moved down to Atlanta. It was
Okay.
like I always handled school well. I knew what I needed to do. I always
Correct.
had a full-time job in college. I wasn't really drinking, smoking, none of that until I became an adult. Just because I know how I am. When I
Yeah.
like something, I like it. So I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Yeah, I feel you.
But
Discipline.
I had
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do school not only for me but for my peoples, just because I knew the sacrifices they made. So
Strong.
it's one of those things when I'm like, all right, I'm done with college. I'm about to do something for me. Let me just move to Atlanta and see what it do.
I
Like,
know that's right.
so, you know, when situations occurred, I could have moved back to Cincinnati, and I could have, and of course I considered it, and I definitely, I really, really, really thought that was gonna be it. But then I'm like, man, you're gonna be so mad at yourself if you don't at least try to keep going. You're gonna look back at this, because I'm always playing a long-term game. Like it's never been about that instant gratification for me ever, no matter who I was working with at the time.
See, that's the key too.
Like it's never been that. Like when I first got into the game, we experienced success with Young Thug Stoner.
Definitely.
But it wasn't.
Crazy.
That was crazy.
Damn,
but it wasn't.
I remember seeing that on your EPK.
But it wasn't nothing that like where I'm like, damn, like I made it. It was never that. I'm like, this the beginning. I can't wait to see how this shit gonna look later. So to me, it was just that, and I feel like people gotta remember why they started. And really figure out what's passion for you. Like I would do this shit if it didn't come with no money, just because I love what I do. And it really just as simple as that. I just didn't want to wake up years later and be like, damn, bitch, you moved back to the city and you didn't even try to push through, because I knew it wasn't gonna be easy. I didn't think it was gonna be that, but it did. It did humble me, and it just made me just kind of look at things completely different, and made me appreciate the people that I knew really, really liked me and supported me. And
correct.
But at the same time, too, I had grace for people that didn't understand. I wasn't tripping. It hardened me up in the way in which I needed it to harden me up.
I know, some tough skin.
You know what I mean?
Armor.
It was important. I think, honestly, bad things should happen in terms of business, so then you can appreciate it, look yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, like I had to go through this part, because it develops character.
Correct.
It shows you how to respond and stuff. So when something else does happen that might be bad, it ain't gonna always be good, then you know how to deal with stuff.
I know that's right.
And that's it.
That's a great answer, because the key word that stood out to me is when people really want the instant gratification. That's what really makes a low.
That's true.
Want the instant gratification, want to chop now, you want to chop now. Maybe it ain't your time, perhaps.
Facts.
You know? So why not be patient and stay the course?
It's going to be your
not
time.
looking not looking for instant gratification. That was very strong. So you got to let people already know where to find you, but you got to let them know, LALAA, all of the platforms, where to tap in at.
Absolutely.
Lock in at. Follow and all that, subscribe, et cetera, et cetera. Okay,
cool. Well, I'm definitely on all social media platforms. If you can follow my business pages, that'd be great. Got Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, everything you can think of is TPRMediagroup.com. The website, TPRMediagroup.com, is all consistent. The progress report, that's what the company name is. My personal page, I'll spell it. It's LALAA SHEP. That's LALAA Shep on everything. If y'all reach out, I'm always gonna respond. I'm always looking at everything, so reach out.
LALAA, this has been a great episode.
Yes,
great
I loved
energy.
it.
Yeah, we covered some great topics,
we did.
And I appreciate you taking out time. I know you're ripping and running.
Man, I appreciate you, and I love what y'all got going on. So keep it consistent. I can't wait to watch this episode and all the other episodes too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need you to collaborate and
Absolutely,
repost.
of course.
And,
I can't wait to collaborate.
Stuff,
I can't wait to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great though. But I appreciate you, LALAA.
Of course, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All
right, and it's a wrap.
Hey, we out.
Yeah.
That was tight, Harry. That was tight.
Yeah.